right, now let's take you live to City Hall. Olivia Chow is speaking ahead of her first City Council meeting as mayor. We'll listen in live.
I'm not the only one. We're live now. Yeah. Good morning. As you see, we have councillors coming in. Mike, come on in. Paula, Alejandra, can you fit off? Come on. We have Ann, Paul, come on in, and Josh, come on in. Yeah, come closer. Come closer. I don't bite. Yeah, come. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. You can tell that I'm very blessed to be joined by my deputy mayor, Jennifer McKelvey, and 18 councillors together. And it's my pleasure to be here. And I think we have Christopher somewhere in the back, but I know she's here somewhere. But I want to start off by saying a big thank you to Christopher and other African Refugee Service Center, the Black community, and all those very generous donors that have contributed to the GoFundMe campaign. They have stepped up and they showed us how, when working together, we really could contribute so much. They showed us their generosity of spirit, and especially the Black community. I want to send a sincere gratitude for all their work. I also want to thank the federal government for stepping up and providing the city with a one-time funding of $97 million to begin to address our refugees shelters crisis. I also want to thank the provincial government for stepping up and providing us with $6.7 million, which is a rent subsidy program. The formal title is Canada Ontario Housing Benefits. I'll talk more about that. This kind of partnership is exactly what the City of Toronto need and want, and I'm very grateful for both levels of government. If you're a refugee driving in to Pearson International Airport or to somewhere, you don't know where to go. You don't know where you can find help. You don't know where the reception center might be. And you have nowhere to turn to. You may not have any friends here. You may not have any money. So what do you do? What the City of Toronto wants to do is to work with the federal government and all the refugee service agencies out there to establish a reception center near Pearson International Airport, just like we did during the Ukrainian refugees crisis as they come in to this city. This reception center will provide a centralized place where all the refugee service agencies can connect with the people just arriving. They will help them file a refugee status. They will help them find places for English as second language training. They could help them find shelters or house or family members. May even have Wi-Fi so they could connect to perhaps one or two friends they may have in the city. We need the federal government to step up and help us make that happen. A lot of the immigrant service agencies said, we're ready, this is the best model, it's called First Contact, let's do this. And we are immediately going to put that in place. And we are asking the federal government to assist us because they have the tents, we don't, or the structure, whatever it might look like. Also, we want immediately, and we will ask the city manager, who I've been working very closely with, and I know all the councillors have been talking to the city manager saying, come on, there's more we can do. Now that there's an influx of money, we will immediately provide 150 shelter spaces for refugees, claimants. We are we will look for another 150 shelters, which we will find. That's not enough. So we're asking landowners, homeowners, generous people to call us. Let us know if you have space. We'll find some funds to support it now that we have some encouraging news from both the federal and provincial government. And we will step up and provide that kind of support for spaces that would come, because we know Torontonians are generous. We know that together we could make a welcoming for refugees claimants, so they have the dignity and so they don't have to sleep on the street in the middle of a rainstorm. We also want to ask the federal government to immediately step up also, because, as you know, we're very grateful for the Prime Minister to meet with me yesterday. And we know the 97 million will only shelter 2,000 refugees. Already, the existing refugees already existing in our shelter system is 3,100 refugees, and there are a lot more coming. So we need a long-term solution. And there was a pledge yesterday when I met with the Prime Minister that he will, and his team will work with us to seek long-term solutions. And this solution is not just for the City of Toronto, it's for all the municipalities across Ontario and across Canada, because I've been talking to mayors across Canada, and I've been talking to mayors across the GTA, the Big City Mayor Caucus. We've been WhatsApping together with each other, and the Big City Mayor and GTA have met yesterday, and we have every one of us have the same challenge. And together we're also saying to the provincial government that we have a situation. It's not just for refugees. We have a homeless population that's growing. We need some long-term solution on shelters, on building affordable housing. And in my conversation with the Premier, he's interested in looking at innovative solutions. He's interested in being engaged. So this spirit of collaboration is very encouraging. And I know together we could make life a lot better for everyone. Open for questions. Christopher's here. I was making, you probably caught downstairs. I saw you in the middle of the rain, in the middle of the night. You were helping people get up to the bus, and thank you so much. And the African Refugee Center of Ontario, you're stepping up. I mentioned you during the inaugural last Wednesday, and you have not stopped for a minute since then for your dedication to everyone at the City of Toronto. Thank you very, very much. Oh, yes. Oh, you don't need this.
That's okay. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. And I'd like to start by welcoming Mayor Chow. I know we are all looking forward to our first council meeting today and working together for the people of Toronto. And I think the fact that we have 18, at last count, I think it's more now, councillors that are here to show their support for the new mayor and for this very, very important issue that we all take so seriously. And I'll particularly thank Councillor Shelley Carroll, who in her role as the chair of Economic and Community Development has really demonstrated her commitment to creating a welcoming Toronto for newcomers. In the beginning of June, Councillor Carroll and I urged the other orders of government to create a fair, sustainable funding model to support people experiencing homelessness in Toronto, including refugee claimants in need of temporary accommodation. Our shelter system is full, and it is struggling to meet the increasing demand for shelter space due to the rising number of refugees. And at present, as you heard, more than 35% of the 9,000 people in the shelter system are refugees. Refugees are a federal responsibility, and we need the federal government to provide the appropriate resources to ensure people have support when they arrive. This morning's announcement by Mayor Olivia Chow is a great
Okay, we've been
first
listening
step.
in ahead of Olivia Chow's first council meeting as mayor, outlining her priorities, especially highlighting the plight of the refugees and asylum seekers in the city and the need for the federal government to come on board even more.